Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Noble. It always has been, it always will be, unless, of course, I legally change it. Today, I am joined by my beautiful, my handsome, my co-host that can definitely sport a mustache, but I can't insult him too much because I was late to the podcast. The fame has gone to my head. Welcome to the show, Kyle Jordan. Welcome to your show. I'm sorry that I am too famous to pay attention to my chat anymore. My head is swelling to the size of a grape.
Which is crazy because it already is swollen.
I deserved it. It's fair. We're gonna have a lot of these. We're gonna have a lot of these this show. I deserved it. It's fair.
The only reason you keep us around is to bring you back down to size.
100%. 100%. You kind of bring me up in size. Anyway, speaking of grapes.
Oh yeah, you have a conversation about grapes you want to talk about?
Weirdly enough, yeah, I do. Have you heard of cotton candy grapes?
No.
Someone brought those up to me recently. Yeah, I'm too old to understand. There's new age grapes. That's how old we are. There's new age grapes. Apparently, I'm too old to understand grapes, but someone was telling me, I was talking with a buddy, and they're saying that they taste exactly like cotton candy, and they're so sweet, you can only eat two. I was like, they're grapes.
No way.
It's like you understand that they're grapes, though.
Unique
right?
Cotton candy grapes.
Like, are they
a sweet spin on designer fruit? What the?
Designer fruit?
That's just like a random thing I read.
I was gonna say, like, there's fruit that's more popular now.
Wow. Developed in Bakersfield, California.
Oh, just garbage place. It's probably garbage.
California ruining everything.
It's probably
hold on. I keep getting this message. Idle timer expired. I don't know what it. Damn it went away. I don't know what keeps giving me the message. And I can't close it. Idle timer expired.
It was just me missing you.
Microsoft idle time. Session has been idle. I just want to stop it from popping out because it'll minimize when I'm in like Minion Masters and Valorant.
Fair.
And you can't have that.
You can't have that.
Continue about your grapes.
I really want to hear more about your grapes. Speaking of food and what goes in your mouth and what goes in your body, I got a text message from my good buddy recently. I'd say about a week ago. My good buddy, we'll call him, I don't know, like Kyle. I don't want to give any names out here, but my good buddy Kyle texted me and was like, "All right, you convinced me. It's time for me to lose weight." And then you pinpointed the exact time that you started gaining weight. How did this all start? Why are we losing weight now? Why are you finally listening to me? Can I celebrate yet?
No, you can't celebrate. I don't think there. I mean, okay, there will be a time to celebrate, but it's far down the road, right? Like this has to be a process that doesn't just last a few months.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be like a full-on change.
You got to make
some right because then it doesn't actually stay.
Yeah.
It was different growing up. Like, so basically, I'd never changed my diet in my life. So
I can tell.
But growing up, like up until I was like 20, 21, 22, it didn't matter because I was always out, always working out, always running around for sports. And I mean, I was working out, twice a day, sometimes 6 days a week. So it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything, and I just like look. I was in the best shape of my life, and I didn't fully transition into eating healthy because I just like I kind of just had like real life hit me all at once after college, where I had to find a job, work a crappy job, bad hours, trying to keep in touch with all my friends from school, trying to still have my hobbies, play games, do whatever I can. And that kind of got put on the back burner for the time being. So now it's come to the point where it's like, I got to do something about it now, because if, a year or two starts to pass and I don't, it'll be harder to get back into the rhythm of working out and eating healthy. Like the older you get, kind of the less, not flexible. I don't really know the right word, but the less resilient you are to change, like your body is to change. And if it does change, I'd rather change it now because it won't have like a visual impact on what your body looks like. Because if you start to put on a lot of fat and not just like muscle, and then you lose it, you start to still get like
It stretches the
fat
skin.
lines, stretch mark. Yeah, exactly. So the younger you do it, obviously the better. So that's why it was kind of, I got into a stable job. I got into a good career, relationship. I'm on the right track. So now I have like, my life stuff set, my mental set, and now it's just like my physical aspect of my life that I need to take control of. Because then once that's there, it's over. It's like it's over for y'all. I think that's how they say it, right?
It's over
I'm
for
too
y'all.
old for this. I'm too
It's
old for
over
this.
for y'all. Oh
That's a
my
Jakeism, right?
good golly! Don't ever
I-
say that again.
If I just gain like 3 more inches, it'd be over for y'all.
If I gained 3 more inches, had a stable relationship with my family, had at least
Oh,
100
jeez.
grand income in a year, it's over for y'all.
He's not even here to defend himself.
Not even here to defend himself.
But yeah, so I'm excited, a little nervous because I know it's a commitment, but I figure I got to start now, especially now that the quarantine's like slowly on. I want to say an uphill climb, but we could get this second wave anytime soon. But
Well, I think we're kind
but
of. Do you mean for you specifically, like your town specifically? Because I think we're kind of in the midst of the second wave already.
for our town, I think
Hmm.
Long Island's done really well since after the first wave. I mean, no one's done really well outside of unless you're outside of the United States, but
Yeah.
For the United States, Long Island's done pretty well. For a place that got hit hard, especially my town. My town was like 20% infected or something like that.
Mhm. Well, the United States, I mean, Americans think everything revolves around them. Let's be honest here. But
Yeah,
I
we're good
believe
at that.
Sweden and Denmark didn't do any masks at all, and people just I mean, of course, you see the vocal community on Twitter being like, "Oh God, the president is the worst person ever." Blah 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 blah. We don't have enough masks. Did you see that he tweeted a picture of him wearing a mask the other day?
Did he?
Yeah, it was something along the lines of, if wearing a mask is patriotic, then I'm going to wear one because I'm the most patriotic president there is.
Trust me.
it was it was something like that. Let me
He's got the best tweets in the world, honestly. You want me to do it? You want me to? Yeah, I'll do it. Trust me. Trust me, there's nobody more patriotic than me, your favorite president. Yeah. It's a bold statement. No, but they can't hear you. Are you muted? I can't hear you if you're talking, actually.
there. We should be double good now. It's because I was typing.
Did I lose you?
You should be able to hear me now. Hello, Bull?
Oh my god.
Hello, Bull?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. A little bit of tech issues, but became a little bit frazzled because we started so late today. But speaking
Right.
speaking of this is a conversation that we're going back and forth about recently. But speaking of people being vocal and the mask stuff and complaining about all that jazz, I think I've discovered recently that I might be a hipster.
Okay.
Don't act so
I'm
shocked.
listening.
Don't
I'm
act so
listening.
shocked.
I gotta hear why.
Because like I don't know I don't know what it is. I don't do things that the kids commonly do. Like I was just telling another friend this the other day. I thought Despacito was called Despacio for 2 years because I had never heard the song before.
It's like the number one song of the last decade.
Yeah, I still haven't heard the song. But I think about that in the relation of new music versus older music, because I was listening to an all out 70s playlist the other day that was like, damn, all these songs are just bangers. if you made like an all out 2000s playlist or an all out 2010s playlist, like I don't
You don't think
like
you do still hot?
no. Like Katy Perry songs, Ariana Grande songs, J Lo songs. Modern pop is garbage. It's absolutely garbage. So the argument that I had found online was that it's relative, right? Like there's a bunch of bad music that came out back then, and you guys don't see it. There's a bunch of bad music that comes out now, and you guys only pay attention to the bad stuff. But like the top hits now are nothing like they were back then. How hard is it to get like a top rock hit? Like you go back to the 90s and you're like, oh my god, Skinner, AC/DC, Metallica, just Aerosmith, just murdering it with albums. Just absolutely murdering it at the top of the charts. And now it's just like, what's that Rihanna song about cake? I want your cake, 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 cake.
Yeah, that's like it's like an older song, I guess.
But that's within the 2010s.
It was pop. Yeah, it was pop when it came out. That's true. It was Rihanna and Chris Brown. I don't know the name of it. I think it's like
it was Rihanna and
yeah, but yes, it was in reference to the term cake, which means someone's rear.
But as kind of a music, will you consider yourself a music douche? I'd consider myself kind of a music douche.
I would consider you one, not me.
I'm aware that music is subjective, but like, there's definitely a different quality of what music is now.
So for me, I can appreciate all music. Having said that, I don't listen to country really. You know, I really couldn't get into it. You know, like there's some songs that are okay. Usually like a lot of older country songs.
I can't get into any country. It doesn't click.
You know what it is? It's a lot of it lies within the lyrics, like, you know, old like Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
So, and it has its own kind of like obviously like twang to it. So it's definitely a love or hate type of genre.
Modern country is just like the same lyrics put over different chords, though.
Modern country is it's. Bo Burnham actually talks about this in his stand-up.
Great song.
Stadium country or something like that, or you know, whatever he calls it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it's sort of like a pop take on yeah, exactly like they just said in chat. It's sort of gotten like a pop vibe to it, where they're still, it's not really like you know, an acoustic guitar, a guy sitting behind a microphone with some like drums. It's like, you know, a band with like sometimes a drop in the middle of the song, and the lyrics are kind of focused really only on the chorus.
I think I knew that, but I don't think I registered that. Country is really poppy now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's still country out there, but it's not what you hear on the radio.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends who listen to a lot of country. So I just hear it, you know, secondhand basis. The same thing with heavy metal. I feel like is love or hate.
Whoa.
You would disagree? I think people listen to it, love it.
Just don't hurt my feelings. Be careful where you go with this. Just don't hurt my feelings. Be careful where you go with this.
I listen to it, so I don't think it's like but I know some people hate it, right? They don't want to listen to someone scream. So, you know, it definitely is subjective.
Anger, though.
Well, no. You have to understand, there are people that don't listen to music. They just don't care, like, which is probably like crazy to us, right? Like for us who listens to like tens of thousands of hours of music a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to over 200,000 minutes of music.
Yeah, it's crazy
this year.
But
who doesn't listen to? Have you ever met someone that doesn't listen to music? Chat.
Yeah,
have you ever met someone that doesn't listen to music? What a sociopath! That's terrifying.
You know, obviously, like, you know, it might happen like once in a while where like you meet someone who just listens to, like, I don't consider if they listen to the radio when they're on their way to work, like
listening to
music. They don't listen. Yeah, like, you know, they just have it on for noise. It's not like they care about the lyrics or the composition of the song or the artist or anything like that.
Like that one guy from 4chan that listened to that Linkin Park song like 200,000 times.
Honestly, I think the best part was that he replied like 20 minutes later
It's like,
with
I
like
like
4
that
more
song.
listens.
Yeah, he's like, I like that song.
Yeah.
And then they're like, did the listens go up? It's a good song. So while we're on the topic of music, actually, and me hating children, and me being a hipster is shocking. What's the music from Kyle's perspective, from Kyle's old age, from your 764 years on this planet? What's the
years
music
of wisdom
that people need to listen to? Children bad, I agree.
When you say people, do you mean like, you know, younger people who they should go back and listen to, or do you mean like everyone, bands that kind of fly under the radar?
I guess you could go with both, like bands that fly under the. I mean, I could just tackle that, but I have like, I'm gonna go so hipster. Like I realized this the other day because I was scrolling through my playlist and I have a band in there named Shoe. Like, I think I'm pretty far lost in there. But something that everyone should listen to that you feel like Kyle's strong recommendation. What's such good music that it's like you have to listen to this? It could be a song, it could be an artist.
Okay, do you think it? Well, let me clarify one more thing. Is it something that I think everyone would like, or something that I think everyone should listen to, regardless of whether they would like that?
You can go with both. Like
Right.
in my personal opinion, if you want to appreciate, it's old school rock for us because it was 50 years ago. But you have to listen to "All Along the Watchtower" at least once by Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix actually did the redone version.
Yeah, Bob Dylan was the original.
You have to listen to "Stairway to Heaven" one time. Yeah.
An artist, are a lot of like older stuff with guitar solos. Like people lost a lot of respect for the guitar solo nowadays.
Yeah.
Where very few bands still have them in their songs, right? Because that's 30 minutes of. Are you there?
Yes.
Do we lose him? Uh-oh.
Hello?
He's
Hello?
frozen on a weird face. Uh-oh.
Discord bug?
Are you back?
Hello?
I can hear you, but you're not moving on stream.
Noble my
froze.
camera died.
Let me refresh and see what it does. Hamster is frozen. Yes, it's with your close camera and open it again.
I just think my camera straight up died.
Because the stream's going fine, the chat's going fine. It's just your image.
Oh, that was weird. Huh. I heard a click and then my camera just blew up. I've never seen that happen before to my camera. That was weird.
Are you back? Oh, you're back. Okay.
Weird.
Okay. What was I saying? Damn it. Okay. So, like, it's basically songs and bands. I was talking about guitar solos, right? Just as like a quick history of music. We learned about this in a history rock class I took at a university. Early on in the late 1900s, early 2000s, music was solely, you know, big band based, right? There's a lot of horns, a lot of strings. There was no singer. So there was no, like, you know, there was no front man, there was no face. It was a band. It was a sound. It wasn't like there was no lyrics or anything until you get to, like, you know, the early 1900s to mid 1900s. You see people like start to stand out as soloists, right? So you'd see famous like trombone, trumpet players, you know, a lot of like famous instrumentalists started to pop up. And then you get into the 50s and 60s, you see like Elvis. There actually becomes like a face of these bands. And what's interesting is actually right around this time, I was actually talking about this with my brother the other day. America was kind of on the forefront of TVs getting popular in a family household. And along with TVs, they kind of needed some sort of advertisement. So they put a face to all these bands. So you'd have a singer. And the attention kind of turned away from big bands to a a person that could go on a talk show and sit down, that you know, the singer of a band.
An interesting perspective.
Yeah, and you were able to actually, you know, start to follow bands. You couldn't really follow bands before, right? It was just an ensemble of people. Anyone could replicate their music and sounded like, but you started to have unique voices, and it was all of a sudden like a big deal. But moving a little more forward, back to, I guess, the question, it kind of, I think it also moved on now to this point where you don't really have guitar solos anymore, because people aren't looking for guitar solos, right? They're looking for a good beat, interesting lyrics, and a catchy voice. A catchy chorus.
I don't even know if people are looking for interesting lyrics anymore. It just has to be catchy now. That's like you know who Benny Blanco is, correct?
For pop purposes, sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually.
Benny Blanco is a producer that has produced like I'm gonna be incorrect about this, but like 10 of the top 50 Billboard songs. Like he's worked with Ariana Grande and all those other people, Katy Perry. He just produced them, and they all, I think it's the 2/4 beat. I don't know for sure, but they all have the exact same beat. They go through the exact same structure.
It's 4/4 time, yeah.
They go through the exact same structure in each song, and he's just like making millions and millions of dollars. But what he's doing is recreating the same song for different people every time.
Yep, just in different ways.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, for me, I mostly listen to like, I guess the genre that I listen to the most, that most people should listen to if they haven't, is sort of 90s alternative, which I know you love as well. I guess under the radar type bands, Stone Temple Pilots,
Beauty,
like Blues Traveler, like they have songs that people probably know, but a lot of their other stuff is also just fantastic. And I think people, you know, probably give that a shot. You know, Matchbox 20, they might be considered 2000s, but they definitely started in the 90s. I'll think of a few others if you want. I want to hear yours.
That you actually, when you went to the 90s, that gave me the perfect one. Whatever band you want to look at him in, but Chris Cornell is a voice that you need to process. In your lifetime. It's just fucking phenomenal. Tom Petty, early Linkin Park. It's all in that rock and alt rock genre, but
yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh god, it just, all those voices. No one knew Portugal the Man until the latest hit. The only reason it became a hit was because it appeared on a FIFA game. I was actually blasting Portugal the Man in high school. 140 pounds soaking wet. I was blasting Portugal the Man.
I'm pretty sure I actually found out about him through you, and then when the song got popular. I don't
know the song was popular. I think that you sent it to me, but I don't remember the song.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's interesting.
I know Portugal the Man for other stuff. I don't know their new song.
It's a few years back.
Feel It Still, right?
No. It was that's probably his new song. There was one before it. Or is that might be the name of it? I don't know.
I think it's Feel It Still, but I was listening to them.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to them in early high school in 8th grade, and I was, because I was a alt rock hipster douche.
Mm-hmm.
I got really into the Shins at that time, so you can tell that I was an alt rock hipster douche if you guys know who the Shins are. I was into the Shins and Modest Mouse hard. And Muse. Everyone goes through a Muse phase.
My Muse phase was right after their song was in Guitar Hero.
Oh, that's something really interesting too. A lot of our generation, you're a millennial, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm close enough to you, so I'll just say our generation. A lot of our generation actually has our musical taste influenced by Guitar Hero, which is really, really fascinating. Obviously, you have your parents.
Yeah.
Going into Guitar Hero and playing those older rock songs.
That also could just be a product of your environment type thing, like everyone who played it, but not everyone did play Guitar Hero,
That's fair, but I mean it influenced us, like Guitar
for
Hero,
sure.
Rock. That's the reason Dragon Force was popular for 3 years. Guitar Hero, Rock Band, Tony Hawk Pro Skater definitely changed my musical tastes.
Oh man, NHL hits 04, 05,
Oh
06.
my god, yes. NHL 06 has uh
Was
Avenged
this?
Sevenfold on it. NHL 06 soundtrack is so good, but the early
That's it.
NHL and Madden games, like all of the soundtracks are garbage now, but they went so hard back in the day. NHL,
Limb Biscuit.
yes, yep,
Oh
yep,
man, I
yep.
had Keep Rolling in my head for like 2 years straight. Or I think it's just called Rolling, and just because I used to play in NHL hits all the time, I used to just deck people with Zdeno Chara back when he was on the Senators.
Holy smokes, that just gave me
Yeah.
so much nostalgia. This '06 soundtrack, Kyle, Avenged Sevenfold, Billy Talent, Fallout Boy, Pennywise, OK Go, Bullet for My Valentine, American
Oh
Head
my God.
Charge. Come on.
Bullet for My Valentine's another one too. I
They
listen to him a
just
lot
don't make it like they used to.
for sure.
They just don't make it like they used to.
Yeah, and
Go ahead.
it's not what's popular nowadays. That's all.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess while we're on the topic of music, I brought this up to you the other day, but is there any concerts that you regret not going to that you would have loved to go to? And I don't mean like, well, I guess you could say regret not going to, or that you would have liked to have been at, because everyone would have loved to have been at the crazy Metallica Russian show
Yeah,
in '99.
I would love to be at
with
like a
2
Zeppelin
million
show.
people.
Yeah. Oh my God, imagine.
Have you ever seen the pictures of that?
No, I don't think I have.
I think it's just Metallica
2 million?
Russian show. I think it's 2 million. It's at least 200,000. Yeah, look at Metallica
Russian
Russian show.
concert deaths is what shows up first.
Metallica Russian show. Look at all the fucking people. 91, around 1.6 million people.
Imagine being at the front of that trying to get out.
Dude. Imagine someone had to have died in there, right?
I think
People were probably fucking in the crowd. Somebody definitely died in there. Way too many people got sick. Yeah, there was a whole show, and Metallica wasn't even the headliner, I believe.
51 people died.
Really?
I mean, 1.6 million people, that's probably an average.
That might be the largest gathering of people
Ever?
ever.
I don't want to Google that.
That might be the largest gathering of people. Like, you're going to go back to ancient history and some people praising somebody or something. But that might be the largest gathering of people.
Yeah, hundreds of injuries. They used local militia, 11,000 members of the Red Army to keep the crowd in check.
But that's like the Russian crowd, and also they're listening to Metallica 30 years ago, when Metallica was the rock band.
Yeah.
You're moshing hard. You were moshing.
Could you imagine like the highlight of your career? You're just walking out to a stage and you just see 1 million people in front of you. That's probably something that probably less than 100 people have ever seen in their life. Is 1 million people in front of them. How often does that happen?
What do you? Eric linked some stuff for peaceful protests, but this was definitely not peaceful by any means. A bunch of crazy Russians listening to Metallica.
Wow, insane! Actually, insane. I didn't realize it was of that size, and it's not even just 1 million; it's 1.6. Over 1.5 million people. People are crazy, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, that's like, you don't even go at that point just because you like Metallica's music. You're like, there's people in there that probably don't even like the music. It's like, yeah, I feel like killing somebody today.
It's a perfect opportunity.
That's so many people.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst ways to go out, by the way, being trampled.
Oh yeah, it's probably like drowning, right? Just like
no. They say that drowning's peaceful.
What?
Yeah, at some point you're just like, oh, this is it. When you're getting
at
trampled,
some point you accept it, but like, you know,
when you're getting trampled,
before
you're
you
just getting
accept
the
it,
shit kicked out of you.
I guess, yeah. I actually I had an
You've been
experience
trampled.
like that. Well, no. When we won county championship, we dogpiled, and I was at the bottom of the dog pile.
Terrifying.
And I could not breathe, and there were, 20 people on top of me, and I was like, oh god, like I might pass out. Like eventually, they got off, and I was able to breathe. But like, there's definitely that moment that's like, Holy shit!
The
I can't
scary
forget.
part is when they do it in hockey and they have skates on.
Oh,
Like,
I just
oh,
imagine someone's throat getting like the goalie that got cut.
yeah, that was
Oh
a
man,
Sabres goalie.
god
That
damn.
happened again recently, last year, I believe, in the junior hockey league.
I think I remember seeing the video on
But it
Reddit.
happened. It happened to his leg, and it just nope the fuck off the ice, and they canceled the game, of course, which is the correct decision.
Mm, it's
Hockey's
crazy.
such a gnarly sport. I can't believe hockey's coming back. I'm so
You,
excited.
you think I was listening to Bill Burr broadcast? They had did you watch it?
No,
Oh, they had a good one today. One of your favorite guys was on.
who?
Barstool Sports' own Dave
Oh my
Portnoy.
god, I have to listen to that. Davey Page
Mm.
views is on the Burr. I have
Yep.
to listen to that.
I love. He does not take Bert's crap. Bert will just keep throwing random stuff at him, and he does not take it. He just tells it like it is. It's funny.
Yeah, they're both Boston guys. I love when Boston guys get together. It's so funny
No,
to
well,
watch.
not Bill. Yeah, no, yeah, Bill and them, but uh, Bert isn't. But
Wait. He was on the Bill Burt podcast?
Yeah, Bert.
Oh,
Kreischer.
that's even more exciting.
Yeah, because him and Bert, like, they just keep going back and forth. It's funny. Yeah, you're gonna like that one. You passed out on the swimming lesson?
I also passed out in the swimming lesson.
Really?
Yeah, but that was just to
Don't
get
you,
mouth.
don't you live near the water?
That was just to get mouth to
Oh.
mouth from a hot lifeguard.
What was his name?
It was weird too, because like my mouth was closed, so they had to go like down to blow air. And like, anyway,
Anyway,
concerts that you wish you could have been to. I
I think
my
the
mom
first
went to
one off the
Queen.
bat,
Did I ever tell you
Queen
that?
would have been Queen.
Yeah, my
must
mom
have
went to
been
Queen
phenomenal.
at the LA Amphitheater.
Wow.
Yeah, nuts.
Is that a nice venue? Have you been there?
Of course, I don't go outside. I've probably been there.
Well, a lot of people play there. Obviously, it's a famous
Yeah.
place.
I don't know if I'd ever go. I'd like to see the Chili Peppers in my lifetime, before Anthony goes fully senile. But
Yeah. Well, you also don't fully go see the Chili Peppers for Anthony, and I've seen the Chili Peppers twice. So I mean once. So I'm definitely satisfied. But now with John back, I definitely want to see him again.
dude, I want to go with you. We can like go and like kiss or like just like as friends. Just go as friends.
This is live, right? I will not go with no. Okay.
It breaks my heart that I never got to see Tom Petty, because that came out of nowhere. It breaks my heart I never got to see Chris Cornell.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of.
My mom has seen both.
I'm trying to think of older.
I've only ever been to one concert. Like I'm not a concert guy, but I would have loved to see them because they're also artists for me.
It is kind of late now, unfortunately, Eric. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
That was tragic news too. Were you okay? I'll wait till you get back. That's fine. Trying to think of anyone else I could have. I guess Zeppelin's the big one. I grew up. My dad was a huge Zeppelin fan, so it kind of grew onto me too.
I apologize for that.
Did you ever like imagine yourself going to like a EDM type show, like whatever they call it, like electronic music type show?
Actually,
like if Avicii was performing.
No, that's another thing. I feel like you should know that about me, about how much I hate people and crowds. Oh, are you just trying to see if I would ever go?
Yeah, not a festival, like just like a show. Now they do shows too, not just like a festival, but like a concert where they have some openers and then they have like it's sort of like a club, but just like focused around the DJ.
No, I hate clubs. I hate rave girls. I hate the whole scene there. I hate the bros. I hate the drugs. I hate people getting fake fucked up. Hate it. I hate it.
Hold on. I love how that's on par with the rest of the stuff you listed. Like everything else.
That's the worst one. That's the worst part, actually. People getting fake fucked up. Oh God, what type of loser do you have? No, I'm going off.
Oh,
you opened a can of worms. What type of loser do you have to be to act fake fucked, like, oh my god, I fucking stole my mom's aspirin out of her cabinet, I'm going bonkers. What type of fucking, that's, I wanted, when I was like 16 years old, I so badly, because I like destroying people's lives, or like whatever, it's like whatever, it's not important, I so badly with all my heart wanted to bring non-alcoholic beer to a party and watch people act fake fucked up. That's all I want. That's all I want to do with my life. If I do that, I can die happy. Just watch people act fake fucked up. That's all I want to do. Because oh god. It's also like, it's the same thing as Halloween. It's just like the opportunity for girls to hoe themselves out too. It's like, what do you mean he was looking at me funny? I was wearing my pasties. Like, they wear pasties and a thong. They get painted all up.
I know.
They're just covered. Everyone's covered in ecstasy and sweat and piss for some reason. Just weird. It's a weird
What do you
place.
mean for some reason? All those make sense in the vicinity.
Like, I would never go to Burning Man. I would absolutely never go to Burning Man.
What's Burning Man's just like a
You
festival?
don't know what Burning Man is? No, Burning Man is like the king of the Oregon hipster dirt people gremlin festival. It's, you just go hang out in the desert.
Oh, in Black Rock Desert, Northwest Nevada? Yeah.
You just go hang out in the desert and do a bunch of crazy drugs and listen to music.
I'm sorry. It's August 30th in Nevada. That's got to be like 120.
Yeah. You go there, you're hot, everyone's like steampunk, they build weird ass machines and they light shit on fire at the end. I would never go to it. I would never go to it ever.
You wouldn't catch me in Nevada 11 out of the 12 months of the year.
Have you ever been there?
Yes.
Oh, garbage place.
I walked around. We went to Vegas when I was like real young.
I hate Vegas too. I mean, that makes sense.
It was like 3 hotels that were connected. It was like the MGM, New York, and I forget the third one. I was like 5. It's impressive that I remember 2 out of 3. And we used to walk around, and as soon as we would step outside, I would complain to go back inside because it was 118 degrees or something like that in dry heat, and it was just miserable. And like, I like to have it cold, you know, but this, come on, you can't live there, man.
When I was we used to travel to Vegas all the time for my brother's hockey tournaments. I hate Vegas, by the way. It's loud. I mean, it is super, super not noble. I don't drink, obviously, so there's like that's the entire reason you go to Vegas. Gambling's fun, but I hate the smell of smoke. I hate large crowds. I hate flashing lights. I have pretty sensitive ears. Am I a 65-year-old man?
Trapped in a 20-something-year-old body.
One time we were in Vegas, my whole family, and we had the dogs at this point too. I used to have 2 pit bulls. So we had to stay in the Motel 6s. My brother, my mother, and the 2 dogs are inside. My dad takes me outside to go to a convenience store or something, and there's just like on a low wall outside of our Motel 6, there's just an absolutely blasted hooker there. It's like, oh, fuck you, and it's like, if your kid wants to hop in, it's like only $20. Like, Jesus Christ, what a place! And you know, someone takes them up on that offer too. That's crazy. What a place! Insane. What an absolute place.
$20. How about 10? A bargain?
Come on, it's my kid's first time.
I'll probably end up going back to Vegas, but mostly for the gambling aspect. I think
I'll definitely go back to gamble at some point.
I'd love to go there to gamble. I mean, I'm also the type of person, I gamble once, sometimes twice a year. It's not like, you know, I'm trying to go to Atlantic City every weekend and spend my income. But I enjoyed like sitting at the table, like having a drink with a bunch of friends, just like playing cards.
Yeah. I don't know if I like gambling per se as much as I like betting my friends. I love taking money from my friends. I absolutely love taking money from my friends. Friend of the podcast, friend of the show, Cody. I'm sure most of you guys know him.
He's on the screen.
He's the ad in the top right. I bet him the other day. It was like a simple bet. He's like, Cody's like, I'm an Aquarius. I was like, no, you're not. Like, I'll bet you $20 right now. And I made a free $20. But it wasn't, the money had nothing to do with it. No. It was the fact that I took something from someone that I cared about. And that goes even further, because Kyle and I used to play with some friends fantasy in a fantasy League of
Oh
Legends
yeah,
league, and
yeah, fantasy.
I was cleaning up my room the other day, and I found the 2 trophies from when I beat you guys, and I was like, oh, that just feels good. These $3 trophies mean so much to me. Not because I won the league. It has nothing to do with winning. That's how you know that you have good friends. It has nothing to do with winning. It has to do with beating your friends.
Yeah, that's the
It's the
best
point of
part
being a
of
guy.
playing golf with friends. Yeah, when we play golf with friends, like
I don't want to win. I just want to beat whoever I'm mad at that time.
exactly. Yeah, I could come in 7th place, but if I'm mad at Cody and he's below me, I won. I won for sure.
100%. It's your little victories. You want to talk about something more serious, a little bit less funny, but also like pretty funny?
Most things we talk about, yeah, yeah.
Funny. You see what's going on with Nick Cannon?
Oh, I saw it. Let me see if I remember it. He was on some sort of either radio show or podcast or talk show or something, right? And
Uh-huh.
he said, um, because of the way he was born with the melanin in his skin or melatonin, I don't even know what the right word
Melanin,
is.
melatonin puts you to
Um,
sleep.
that's what it is. Yeah, melanin. Makes his skin color like is it like closer to God or
Something like
more
that.
evolved or something?
Something like that.
It was basically him just saying like, he's overall better because of the color of his skin.
And then he went on to shit on the Jews,
Did
which is
he?
yeah, which is very
It's a bold
very
take.
very interesting. Because just 2 weeks ago on the pod, or just a few weeks ago, we were talking about Deshaun Jackson, the Eagles wide receiver, shitting on the Jews, which and then somebody else in professional football was like, yeah, we don't like we don't like those people. I had to correct that because I don't want to be soundbited.
Hmm.
And then people are starting to realize like there is a very open form of anti-Semitism amongst professional black athletes, but they don't view it as bad. Like they don't understand that they're being racist. You know those people, those very dumb kids
Being racist to
towards
Jewish
Jewish
people?
people. Yeah, probably because they're white or something. I don't know. You know those very very dumb kids that are like, you can't be racist towards white people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah,
I don't really like. I don't know those
it's
people
the
because
same. So it's
I
like
don't
by
associate with them.
extension, I don't associate with those people. Me neither. It's by extension. Um, they're just like, yeah, anti-Semitism isn't a big deal. They're just like, yeah, most of us just don't like them. They're like, what's the problem? Like it
Yeah,
hasn't
just like,
registered. So now Nick Cannon's losing everything apparently.
is he still the host of
Probably not for long.
The Masked Singer?
They're probably. I was listening to a podcast about it the other day, but they're gonna remove him from that. I don't think he's on America's Got Talent anymore. I think that's Terry Crews. Um, and then he also has Wildin' Out.
I'm looking it up now. He actually did get released from Viacom CBS, which runs Wild and Out. So he got released from that. Apparently he put up a post on Facebook saying, "I must apologize to my Jewish brothers and sisters for putting them in such a painful position, which was never my intention. But I know this whole situation has hurt many people, and together we will make it right."
I have a video coming up about that. But if I ever make a public apology, can you just hit me with a shovel?
Oh my god, you're gonna love the podcast. They talk about that too. You're gonna. I mean, Bill Burr's hysterical,
He's the funniest
and
person on the planet.
and
But
with
like
with Burt Kreischer, and then with uh,
David
Dave
Bidgews,
Portnoy. It's funny. They do a good job, and they talk about a few of the things that we're talking about now. It's good.
if I ever have to make a public apology like that, public apologies are the most self-involved, unaware, narcissistic thing that I think I've ever read.
Well, but they're not going anywhere because it's gonna keep happening because people are always gonna demand them. Like that's what cancel culture is. Like you're gonna call someone out, you're gonna make them apologize, you're gonna not accept their apology regardless of what
Uh-huh.
they say,
Hmm.
and if you're a fan of them and they apologize, you're gonna hate them for apologizing. If you're not a fan of them and they apologize, you're gonna hate them for talking ever again. So it's a lose lose.
Let's say me, the streamer, Noble, the
Oh,
streamer. I won't say racist because people are gonna fucking take that out of context. But if I put myself in a situation where I come across as rude towards a group of people, it could be fucking carrot people, in this sense. What does my apology do? What does that provide to carrot people? No one that gets offended by it was like, well, um, he said that carrot people aren't really people, but he said sorry after, so it's like that's not how it works. Like, who are you apologizing for besides you?
yeah, I
Besides
think
to save face.
the best way to think of it is if people are offended by what you say, they don't have the mental fortitude to accept the apology of what you apologize for. That makes sense?
I quite like that.
Yeah. That's gonna go in the clips for sure. And the Kyle quotes. Release it in a full album
you're
at the end of the year.
you're not supposed to keep talking through it.
Sorry, I'll clip it myself. I don't care, but like, it didn't make sense in my head, but I just wanted to say it because it's what I was thinking about.
No, you're not supposed to talk through it ever. You don't want to. You don't want to say the fact, because then you'll be like Mr. Kodo Gaming Worldwide in the chat, just geeking out and say, "Can somebody clip that?"
Hit me with the uptime. Hit me with the uptime.
Yeah, that's why I always wait after. That's why I always wait after. Um, yeah, but I guess Nick Cannon's being quick. What flavor Snapple is that? I haven't had Snapple in 7 years. Probably 10.
It's raspberry tea diet Snapple. It's pretty
Ah,
good.
ah,
What?
sounds not good.
Oh, you don't like raspberries? Or raspberry flavor?
Um, raspberry tea diet does not sound like a combination I want to put in my suck hole.
Well, I mean, all right, it's a weird thing to call your nose, but whatever. Diet just means that it just has less sugar, I think, right? Like 15 milligrams of sodium, 5 calories in the bottle.
Yeah, but it's a drink. It's like, how many calories should your drink have anyway?
If you drink
It's so
soda, it's
weird.
like 200, 240.
That's so weird thinking about being like, oh yeah, it's a diet Coke. It has less calories. Why are you drinking something that has all these calories? There's also like 40 grams of sugar in a can of soda, which is
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
insane.
literally like the bottom fourth of the can is sugar.
That's
If like you were to
insane.
look at each part of it, it's
I'm
so
scared
good.
to have.
It's
I
so
haven't had
bad.
soda in like 6 years. I'm scared to have a soda again.
Yeah.
It's gonna
No, they're
freak me out.
good, but yeah, it's so bad for you. Bad for your teeth.
Yeah.
Caffeine's good for you, but like, whatever. It's not good for you, but like it prevents me from getting headaches now, so I have to drink it. Coffee at least. I've gotten dependent on it. I actually get a caffeine headache if I don't have like a
Probably
cup of
not good.
coffee. Yeah.
Probably. I have never had coffee before. Not one time. I might have sipped it, but I've never had a cup of coffee.
So I had sips of coffee like from my mom's coffee when I was younger, and I was like, why would anyone like it's the same thing with drinking a beer, right?
I
I was
love the
like,
smell of it.
why would anyone ever drink this? This is terrible. It makes me want to kill someone. Like, get it off my tongue. And then as I got older, you kind of just like find something you like too. Like I drink hazelnut coffee. Like I found it in college, and I was like, this is good. I like this stuff. I need more of it, and I've been drinking it ever since. And that's been 8 years now. And then beer, I didn't start drinking till I was 21 years old.
Really?
We're still alive? Yeah.
I
Um,
that one caught me. I was like, "What?" I was like, "I have those pictures of you with that girl in the body."
wait
I
a
was like,
wait a
"What?"
wait a second. Yeah, same thing. You'll find something you like, but if you don't like the taste of beer, like you can't really find something like a beer
Yeah.
you won't like. Like it has that like bottom level of flavor. not flavor, of taste. Sort of like a hoppy taste that if you don't like that, you're not gonna like any beer.
I don't know if I will ever drink coffee. Because, like, the point of coffee, like, people take their coffee black, which is fine, but that's too bitter for me. And then people spice it up with, like, sugar and cream, but I don't really need the dairy or the sugar just to make this drink taste. But I love the smell of it. Maybe I'll try Starbucks drink someday.
If you're gonna try coffee, I wouldn't go like a store coffee. Like, I find someone who like actually does their own coffee at home and ask them to make you a cup, and then you don't have to add sugar. You could just like add a splash of milk or a splash of creamer or something. If the black is too bitter, um, and honestly, you just have to find something you like. It took me it took me, I don't know, a dozen or 13, 14 different flavors. Not even like flavors, but like different amounts of milk, or you could use sugar, or you could use like the fake sugar, even like Splenda or half and half, whatever you want.
Alex
And
just
you
brought
can
up in
find,
chat that he'll make me a good cup of coffee sometime. I don't know if I will take
yeah,
you up
it's
on that
cheaper
offer.
too.
I don't know if I'll take you up on that offer though, because like people saying, like, oh, you haven't really eaten until you've had my eggs or something. Like food is different. I don't mind getting food, but like if someone were to make me a mixed drink, to offer me a mixed drink or coffee, like I don't.
I
It
mean,
just doesn't really appeal to me.
you could just take a sip, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's not like
Fair.
you have to really like continue drinking it. Like, it's dirt, it's bean water. If you like it, you like it. If not,
That
it's
is a
pennies to make.
fantastic name for a band. Catch
Bean
me.
water.
I'm giving up my streaming career. Catch me on tour with Bean Water. I play the electric triangle. All right, get me off of coffee. What else you got for me?
Oh, I could talk about coffee all night, eh?
What
All
else you got
right.
for me?
Well, I guess we could. Well, okay. I got an interesting one for you. I didn't ask you about this. Like, normally we try and figure out what's going on, in each other's lives, and what we're going to talk about. Um, this is sort of like, probably like once every podcast, I feel like I ask you, um, like a random life question.
Am I gonna start ranting?
This isn't a rant. This is a reflecting moment.
It's me though.
No, there's nothing to rant about unless one
I'll
of the
find
moments.
something.
That's true. Yeah. Give me the three
Gold,
like biggest.
frankincense, and myrrh.
I don't know what that means. Tell me what it means, and then maybe I can prevent it.
The three gifts for Jesus.
No,
Was it not?
no.
Did I not answer the
No.
question?
No, the three, like, either biggest or most defining moments of your life thus far. Like the ones that stand out the most, that were like,
I don't know if you should ask me that on stream.
all right, well, can you give me like two?
I don't know
two that
if I can give you one
really.
because they are all.
If it's too personal, that's fine.
No, it's not that it's too personal. It's just like they're all pretty negative.
You don't have any positive moments in your life?
Not many. Not many.
I wasn't prepared for that. I mean, I have another question if you want to skip that one completely.
I'm trying to think. Are we talking about positive or negative, or they have to be positive?
No, and anything, like just the most like defining moments, that kind of make you who you are. Skip the negative ones.
That's sad.
Skip the ones that you don't want to talk
Sad.
about, for sure.
Couldn't share that. I don't know if I can legally share that. Definitely can't share that. That'll incriminate me. That'll incriminate you.
What? Skeet? What?
Dome in chat, by the way, said frankincense is ass. I don't know if I've ever smelled frankincense, but apparently it smells like ass.
Why would anyone buy that? I guess that's some people's kinks, right?
I don't.
Is frankincense just like
I think it's a plant or spice.
incense? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea what frankincense is.
think he spelled it terribly wrong too. It looks like Frankenstein's awareness. Frankincense.
It's made from the resin of a tree. Okay,
Oh, God.
sure. It's like a smelly spice.
Well, think of a pivotal good moment.
All right,
Well,
yeah, give me one pivotal moment.
I'll do a recent pivotal moment, and as I get closer with my stream, I'll share the other pivotal moments of the dark times. But a pivotal moment that happened within the last 6 months. Well, there's me going to full-time transitioning on stream, but whenever I injured my hip, for those of you that don't know, I injured my hip about 7 months ago. I sprained my SI joint and I pinched a nerve at the same time to the point where I was screaming in pain. I couldn't walk, I couldn't move, and I was streaming like 6 or 7 hours a day at that time. I was doing great on the average viewers. I was playing a lot of Pokemon, but I got injured, and I told my chat that, and I didn't retain any of those people. I lost all of my viewers, and I wasn't able to stream for like 2.5 months, and it really, really broke my heart because it felt like I was building up this community, and then they all disappeared. But if that didn't happen to me, if I didn't have that injury, if I didn't have that negativity, because I was overworking myself too, so now I know how to limit myself better. It was all. I mean, Lavendane Paul brings up a great point in chat, but it was all to meet you guys. That happened to me in December, and then I literally met Paul in January. So then I would have never started full-time streaming after that. I would have never really gotten to Apex. I would have never started an Instagram. I would have never met people like Dome or Laura or Pawn, like people that I really, really like talking to. I would have just never met those people. And that's all because I injured myself. So that's something that I took that was so negative, and I turned it into a positive. And I had injured myself in the past working out, but I made it so positive. I picked up my physical therapy. I continued to get into better shape. I was still working on my diet, but now I was making better friends. I was getting better at streaming too. And it's just like, I took all that time, all those quiet days, to where there was nobody in my chat, and I was just working and talking to 1 or 2 people, or most days, nobody. Which is like the really hard thing about being an early streamer, by the way, when there's no one to talk to. You don't have to go through that as much because you have a bunch of the noble community supporting you. But just talking to yourself and streaming and playing things you don't like to. I was playing games I didn't like to. I was just playing Pokemon all the time. I was really good at it, but my chat I felt like was taking advantage of me. And now I don't talk to any of those people anymore. Now I play games that I love all the time. I love my chat. I love my community. And it was just all because I broke my ass. Weird.
Sometimes all you take is to bust your ass. And
oh my God, Kyle. You think it be like it don't, but it always do.
It always do. If that's anything I learned since I met you.
If that was our relationship in one sentence, you think it be like it don't, but it always do. You know a baseball player said that? I just found that out recently.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a baseball player. It was some black dude in the 70s.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds about right. That's a 1970s quote for sure.
You think it'd be like it don't, but it always do. That's a face tattoo right over, just a crown right over.
You get it right under no regrets.
No regrets?
No regrets.
All right, what else do you have for me?
Oh, jeez.
Because you said we were going to go into something else right there. Is this going to make me rant? I've been known to rant.
Well, no, that was mostly it. But something we talked about, I guess, we dabbled on it. But I think you have more to say on this anyway. That's right, because I talked enough today.
Yeah.
But I know you wanted to discuss talking about meditation.
Well, that's an interesting one because I brought that up in a video recently. I don't think enough of my... Well, I have a lot of it. My audience is primarily younger. I have a lot of teenagers in here, a lot of early 20s stop in, and then even the extent of that, like the average age in chat is probably like 22, maybe younger. There's obviously different forms of meditation. You don't have to go full cross legs, close your eyes and see Krishna. I think that's like a Indian god or something. I probably just offended an entire continent. I think it's Krishna, actually.
I'll look it up for you.
What I will say, Krishna actually might be a form of yoga. What
He's
I
a
will
major
say,
deity in Hinduism.
yes, look at me being cultured. uh,
There's
a,
a bunch. Yeah.
a part of it, especially for what I do, especially because there's several streamers in chat right now. There's several people that work on the internet. A big form of meditation for us just has to be like, got a little bit of French here, but getting the fuck off the computer because
Yeah.
it's not good for you. It's not good for you to spend that much time on the computer, sitting down, having your eyes there, especially like being content creators like a bunch of us in chat are, having that social aspect where you're always interacting with people and then going on Instagram after and then taking phone calls or responding to people in Discord. Like I've started doing this thing where after work, after my stream day, after my 7 hour day, I just pass out. I can't keep it together. I just go pass out, I rest, and then I come back and eat dinner and exercise later. Because you need to reset, man. It's too much to consume. It's weight, especially for the younger kids, which is the advice I'd like to give. And any of you parents out there, please, God, please limit your children's technology usage. Um, it's like the iPads and strollers thing that we've talked about before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Um, Meditation can be just laying down, closing your eyes. It can be giving a good think to your day. It can be going, my personal favorite, turning off the lights, sitting in the shower in the darkness, letting the water fall over you, and getting a drink of your choice. It's actually life changing. Like if you guys have never tried it before, that is one of the strongest things that I will recommend from the stream. I got the concept from the subreddit Shower Orange. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just people that take oranges into the shower because apparently it tastes better. I don't know, bunch of fucking freaks. But what I tried is just taking my favorite drink in there, which is fresh squeezed orange juice. But it's, you're in a dark place, so there's no lights. There's no artificial light. Yes, Paul, you can take alcohol in there, by the way.
I was gonna say it's a shower brew, shower beer.
Yeah, shower beer. But I recommended that to a friend recently, and they're like, "Oh my god, it changed my life." You take your drink in there, you sit down, you let the water fall over you, you taste something that you enjoy, and you just think and you relax. Or maybe you don't think at all and you just relax. Maybe you play music. But humans, because of all the pollution, that's the best way to say it, for the pollution from social media, the pollution that we have on our eyes all the time, from because humans were not designed
Yeah.
to look at screens. Like this shouldn't exist. What we're looking at right now shouldn't exist. It just did because we want to make life a little bit easier, and there was a massive technological progression. But taking a break and resetting from everything, unplugging, if you will, it seems to be a modern term. That could be any form of meditation, just unplugging for a little bit.
Yeah, I do two things. Is one, I'll go in the pool, I'll swim laps, I'll just lay in the pool, just enjoying the water.
You need to get the fuck away from people. That's an important part to meditation.
Yeah.
Especially as a man. Especially
Yeah.
as a man.
The other one is sitting like in like a sort of like my back room or on the porch or something with just a cup of coffee.
Mhm.
It's usually the best early in the morning.
Always bring it back to coffee.
Yeah, when you get like the birds chirping. We have like chimes next to my house that I always hear in the morning from the wind. I guess they're called wind chimes. I don't know.
Fuck you.
It's relaxing. It's calming. There's no one around. The air in the morning is brisk. It's it's definitely. I'm not a morning person either, so this doesn't always happen. But every once in a while, it's very nice. Yeah, it's like you said. It's a disconnect. It's an unplug. It's just relaxing.
It's like telling your girlfriend that you're going to sleep and then getting back online and hanging out with your boys. Like that old school classic move. I mean, not for you specifically.
I would do it.
I would never do that.
So, the problem is, I fall asleep way too fast anyway. So like,
oh, I'm jealous.
I fall asleep.
Boy.
I fall asleep on the phone sometimes. You know, I never had a problem when I always had a problem. Sorry, I always had a problem when I was younger. I never could fall asleep. High school, middle, like whatever it was growing up, I would lay in bed and just stare at the ceiling, and I don't know why.
You weigh so much now, like you don't want to get out of bed though.
Well, yes and no. Well, no, I would just like I would use so much energy throughout the day too. And I was like, why am I not tired? I can't go to sleep, whatever. And then I got to college and I was still, very active, but I could just pass out as soon as I hit the pillow. And it was
I'm
life changing.
jealous.
It
I'm
was life
so
changing.
jealous.
You'll get there eventually. You just
I
have to grow
don't.
up a little more.
I won't ever. For
Also,
reasons that I won't ever.
also the naps don't help.
I'm very aware of that, but I won't ever be hit the pillow and fall asleep for all my days. Maybe when I'm much older, but not anytime soon. This has been a hot and lovely hour. I know that you want to get to your stream soon, so I think it's about time we take to the Q&A portion. We talk to chat a little bit.
Let's talk to chat.
Chat, how you doing? How's it hanging? How you feeling? Go ahead and ask Kyle and I any questions in the world that you have on your mind. Nothing's too personal unless it is. Nothing's too specific unless it is. We'll talk about anything that you guys feel free to offer, and we'll answer it to the best of our abilities. What's Kyle's handicap?
I know you mean golf, but it would be so much better if it wasn't.
Mental.
That's Paul, right?
Yeah.
Did you mean golf?
Of course he meant golf.
Okay. It's around 12 to 13. I haven't played in like 2 years though. Like actually played. I've gone to like driving range. I've played in 18 here and there, but when I play consistently, like a couple dozen rounds throughout the year, it's usually around like 11 or 12.
I don't know if you'll ever catch me playing golf either. I'd still like would you ever play a game of tag with me and the boys? Like a big game of tag? Can you still
Tag?
run or will your knees blow out?
No, I can still move pretty quick. It's just not for a long period of time.
I would love to play a game of tag with all the friends in a mall. That'd be so much fun.
Like manhunt. Don't call it tag. It sounds like you say manhunt. It sounds better.
Well, it's like, what if we play tag? Then we can still like have juice boxes and chicken tenders after. It's like I don't.
Are those considered childlike?
I just had a juice box 20 seconds ago. Had it off stream. I poured the Snapple out of a juice box.
Yeah, come on.
Aside from podcasting next week, what's the plan for the next week for you as we're closing down a little bit more?
I'm gonna be away this weekend. I won't be available for chatting.
You'll be big away. Not.
Yeah,
I won't disclose it on stream, but I just remembered where you would be.
Yeah, I'll be gone Friday to Sunday. So if you need me, I'll respond to you Sunday night.
I liked it so much better when you didn't have a girlfriend, when you're sad and could pay attention to me.
Oh, but now I'm happy and still pay attention to you fairly often. It's not enough.
Actually, the podcast was the best thing for our relationship because I was really just starting to think about getting rid of you. Like, not in the sense of like how you get rid of people, like bodies and stuff. I was just gonna like delete your number, but like, you don't gotta look at me like that. Kyle's not a murderer, guys. He caught us.
Anyone else in chat?
If anyone else in chat has extra questions, by the way, please feel free to ask now. And if you want just a moment of time to be like, hey, I need a second while I think of something, then Kyle and I can chat a little bit more. But are you gonna be watching the play-in rounds? Are you gonna be watching playoffs, NHL?
I won't watch play-in rounds, but playoffs I watch.
I mean, the play-in rounds are basically like I don't know how hard they're gonna go right away. I think the Rangers are in.
Are they?
I think they are.
I didn't really look how it works, but I do like watching playoff hockey. I don't watch the season though. I just watch playoffs.
Well, listen, it's understandable. Like, first of all, I can't digest basketball at all. So I tried to watch a playoff basketball game. It was when the Raptors were gonna. I think they played Golden State in the finals. Probably Golden State. It's always Golden State. Paul's a Golden State fan, so tease him about that.
I'll tell you shortly. See,
there was like 6 timeouts in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I was gonna turn
last
this off.
2 minutes of the game. Yeah.
I can't really watch baseball. It's too slow for me. I can't really watch football anymore. Can't really watch football at all. So it's just like hockey and MMA. Like I need something. I probably have severe ADD. I don't think that would shock anyone. If I was like, guys, I have ADD, they'd be like, yeah, we know Noble. Like we've known longer than you have. Um, I just don't. Probably because I work so much too. Like even after the stream, I'm gonna watch professional wrestling, fake wrestling, on my off monitor while I'm continuing to work. Like I need to be doing something in the meantime. I can't. I don't have the days of old anymore where I just sit for 3 hours, sit for 3 hours and watch a football game. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, no, same thing
That's
with baseball.
a lot of
A,
time.
a lot of times when I watch like baseball, it's mostly just like kind of on the background while I'm doing something else. The good thing about being a Mets fan is that I have some of the best broadcasters in
The
sports.
Sabres have that too. Sabres
Um,
broadcasters are
it
phenomenal.
makes the game so enjoyable. Um, Gary, Ron, and Keith, you know them by name because like that's how good they are. Is that you know them by name?
I love being that much of a fan of something to where you like know everyone down the line.
Yeah, yeah, and
I can tell you who's in
they
my fucking affiliate league.
they make it enjoyable to listen to, so I don't mind. And then I'll usually like kind of tune into it as it gets later into the game, depending on the score and stuff and what's going on. And you like, you know, if it's a crucial moment, you're not going to miss something in baseball really, because when anything big is about to happen, you know, it's in between pitches, based on the count, based on the outs, based on the, you know, situation. So
Do you want to try and tackle this question in chat as a new streamer, or do you just want me to go after it?
I didn't read it. Let me take a look. Opinion on the growth of the gaming industry and how we as streamers can utilize more platforms. All right, so opinion on the growth of the game industry. I guess I'll start with that.
I think that might be the only question that you can answer.
Yeah, I didn't read the rest, but let me just start with that first. Gaming is huge, right? It's in the United States. It's bigger than what the other four sports combined, the big four.
Yeah, if you're not investing in gaming right now, you're making a mistake. That's just very
For
clear.
sure. Probably not in the world because like soccer is just like, you know,
Football.
yeah, like it's crazy. But gaming is bigger than, you know, the whole sporting industry combined. So it would be insane not to invest in it, not to, you know, get a piece of the pie. Um, there are good and bad with the growth for sure. I think it's mostly good because anyone who plays games, I think, started off just for the enjoyment of it. Started off as a hobby. Whether you made it a career, whether you kept it as a hobby, whether it's you don't play it anymore, you know, whatever it may be. I think the option that it's there is always going to be nice. The downside of it, it's become very toxic because it's based on the internet, right?
Yeah.
The internet's all, you know, everyone's anonymous. Everything you do, you can't be, you know, if you wanted to, you can't be like related to. You use a fake name on everything, fake social media accounts, fake everything, and you can never be held accountable for your act. Obviously, you know, unless you're like swatting people and the government's going to track your IP and stuff. But it definitely took an effect on people's mental health that don't have the fortitude to withstand cyberbullying.
I guess I'll just tackle. I mean, that's basically along the lines of what I would say. I can just tackle the second half.
And how we as streamers can utilize more platforms. Yeah, that's probably more for you. I can't really associate with that yet.
How we as streamers can utilize more platforms. Well, the thing is, if you want to make streaming a career, this is a necessity. If you want to make streaming a career, as much as it pains me to say it, you need a Twitter. You need a way to engage with your audience. You need to show them when you're online. You need to notify them because not everyone will have your streaming notifications on all the time. You need to be streaming either through YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. There's just no other option. Pick one of those three. I actually think YouTube might be the best in the future, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Facebook actually took a hit recently.
I'd recommend an Instagram, especially if you're good at interacting with your audience. I think that is very, very, very important. And then a place for your audience to go when you're not streaming. If any of you are part of my Discord, you'll see exactly why I have that Discord, because my Discord is growing more by the day with honestly just the most wonderful and sweetest people, like genuinely cool people to talk to and hang around. And it continues to grow and people get more comfortable. And that way, when you are not streaming, you can interact with them and you can build up a community. It'll just benefit you. The Discord feeds off the instant. This is my model pawn to give you a sense into my marketing because I am literally always marketing every second of the day. I am always working until I go to sleep. The Instagram, we'll just do it like this. The Instagram brings in Twitch viewers. The Twitch viewers want to stick around, so they'll go check your Discord. If they like you enough, they'll go check your YouTube. If they want to get notified when you're streaming, they'll go check your Twitter. Each of those things, the Discord helps the Twitch helps the YouTube helps the Instagram helps the Twitter, but the Twitter also helps the YouTube, which also helps the Twitch, which also helps the Instagram. Those things keep feeding off of each other. So it's just like a 5-prong evil social media system of a massive amount of growth. What affiliations do you recommend to aid in self-promotion? Co-stream, talk to other streamers, like what you're doing right now, getting closer with my community, making it known. I don't mind you talking. Advertising is different. Obviously, you can't go into other people's streams and advertise, or other people's Discords and advertise. But if you start making connections with people, they'll want to come in and talk in your stream. And specifically what you're doing right now, where you made a connection, like you stopped in today and you said that you're going to stream later, that's absolutely perfect. I get to take my audience, I get to transfer it over to one of my best friends in Kyle. When Kyle is done, he takes his audience and gets to transfer it over to you. And then you could take that a step further if there's anyone else in the community, or you just give that to somebody else random. I would definitely recommend rating people. Give it to somebody else random. Believe in engaging in my audience as well as having intentions for growth of network. For as much as you were streaming right now, you need to focus less on streaming. Streaming will not help grow your stream. That is super weird to hear, I'm sure, but the more you stream will not help grow your stream. You need to make YouTube content. You need to make Instagram content. You need to promote your social media. Your stream only starts growing if you're like, I'm amazing at Minion Masters, so people stop in because they get rewards, but they also get to see good gameplay, and then they'll stick around for my personality. When someone like Upon is streaming Apex, nobody is going down 600 or 700 people seeing Kodo Gaming Worldwide and being like, okay, I'm going to watch this stream. Like, what separates you? Why should they watch your stream? Is your gameplay that amazing? Is your personality that amazing? They don't know unless they click it. And you're trying to advertise yourself too, so if they come in, you're having an off moment, which is something I really try and keep conscious of, unless I'm like full complain mode and I gotta rant about something. If somebody comes into your stream and is like, okay, let's watch what this guy does, and it's just you saying, fuck, god damn it, fuck, they're like, oh, this guy's kind of toxic. But it was just one minute moment, which is very hard to grow on Twitch in that sense. So if you're growing through other platforms, then that is very, very important. I want to know if console is limiting my potential for streaming. We'll get back to that. Yes, I believe that. I need more content and engagement offline. Get back to that. Boaters in chat. I'm just tuning in. I just found the new hotness of memes fresh off the press. Chad cuck memes. I made dinner for my wife and her boyfriend. Now he's crying in the corner because he can't, bro.
Oh my god.
You can go ahead and share that emergency, Kaida, if you'd like. I imagine it's gaming related.
Oh, is it the Shroud announcement?
Probably not. If it's Kaida, probably not.
Oh, okay.
I want to know if console is limiting my potential. That's actually hilarious. That's hilarious. I want to know if console is limiting my potential for streaming. It is an unfortunate reality, but the accessibility that you have on a computer, the interface that you have on a computer, the quality control, the audio control, you need to slowly switch over to PC. You can still play with a controller. That's the best thing about PC too. You can still play with a controller on PC, but you need to continue to move yourself over. If you guys aren't PC gamers in chat and you're trying to move over, or you need help with your PC, please talk in the Discord, because everyone will be happy. Everyone that's a little bit techie, I appreciate you, Kyle. Everyone that's a little bit techie will be happy to help you. Pon, we'll have to talk more ideas off stream sometime. Maybe we'll talk about your analytics a little bit, because I see somebody like you, Pon. I've compared our analytics, but I see that you have more followers and you hit a higher peak viewer, but my average viewers is higher, which is going to be more important for the long run. Dome, you should join the Discord if you're not already in it, by the way. Like, you want to Never mind, it went boom, so I found it.
Yeah,
Fuck,
one
that
way to
got
find
me.
it.
You want to I've run the numbers. You want to level out your average viewer and make sure that's continually increasing. Because if you just peak, like examples of peaking are, and I'm sure Kyle knows this as well because we've been around the internet for a long time. Go follow my Twitter. I am doing a giveaway. Make sure you follow and retweet this. There's no retention there. That is the issue. That you do not have retention with your audience. You need to build up that connection with your community. Your community has to have a reason to come back. So if you guys are a smaller streamer, like I'm a smaller streamer, progressing towards a mid tier and then eventually high tier streamer, but my numbers and my growth, they all look like this. There is no negative dips in my growth, which is very, very, very important at this point in time. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to advertise myself, like I had said before, but I am also trying to say, come visit this stream. Let me show you what separates you. What separates me from everyone else. What separates me from everybody else that you are watching. So just like any other FPS player, what you have, Pawn, if I were to give advice, what you have is your laugh, your ability to be a sweetheart, your ability to engage with your audience. I would honestly say for you, Pawn, is spend less time so focused on Apex. Should I light another firecracker? Of course, always. Spend less time focusing on Apex while you're on Apex and more time talking to chat. If you'll notice, whenever people stop into my stream, I go, hey, insert name here, call out their name, ask how they're doing, interact with them as much as you can, ask about their day, try and create a conversation from that. A conversation would look like Cody came in here and said, my second favorite streamer just wants to be a place where people can relax and watch after work. And I go, oh, Boaters, who's your second favorite streamer? Then they tell me about the streamer. I'm like, oh, I never checked him out. Could you tell me more about him? It's creating conversation. You can't not be social. Like, you can't have not social sensibility. You can't be socially inept. Big fan of socially inept, by the way, Kyle. Big fan of that phrase recently. I have a picture to send you. It'll make you laugh your ass off. You have to be social to the point where your viewers want to retain that. Because I'm sure you guys are fine enough at games, just like Kyle's fine enough at games, but you have to be... There's two ways to stream. There's technically three ways to stream, but there's two ways to stream. And I've talked to Kyle about this before.
And you made a video about the third one.
Did I?
I think you did.
Oh, that's the fourth one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, there's 4 ways to stream. Number 1, have tits. I'm talking to 3 male streamers, so sorry, boys.
Now we're out. Well, no, we're out.
Number 2, be really good at whatever you're doing. So that's we'll say the game for that. Be really good at the game. I'm amazing at Minion Masters. It pulls in more people. And then people have started talking to me because of that. I have made new Minion Masters friends and new people in the Discord. Also, play games, by the way. Play smaller games. That doesn't mean like play N64 Tetris emulator upside down underwater, but like play smaller games. It's easier for people to find you. The third option. Yeah, exactly what Dome said. The third option. God tier players and very outgoing, energetic, funny players. You need to have a personality. You gotta have a personality. You either are really good, you have tits, or you have a personality. Or the fourth option is you have a personality and you're really good at the game, which is very few and far between. That's how you see the upper echelon of streamers. Like Dr. Disrespect is just good enough at video games to where people will hang around and definitely make fun of him if he dies, but he's so fucking entertaining to watch. Yeah. Do you have a personality? Yes, Pawn, and I think that you need to showcase that more. I think that you get too focused on whatever you're playing and you lose the sensibility with chat. I go full chameleon whenever I'm playing, and my eyes are like this, and I'm focused on the second monitor, and that's something that I'm really good with. That's like a strong suit that I tend to carry because I'm really good at talking with my chat. I'm really, really good at talking with my chat while I'm streaming, while I'm playing the game. You'll see it in the higher tier Apex streamers like Nicewig or ACU, or in the higher tier Valorant streamers. It's like
ASU.
like ASU. Hiko is a fucking goofball, but he's also
Yeah.
really good at the game.
Yeah, he's also one of the best.
It's like that's where you want to be.
But
Why?
he also keeps up with chat really well too.
Yeah, it's the two eyes thing. So it's something. I don't know if you keep up with chat on your phone or something, Pon, or if you switch back and forth with your eyes. That's the hardest part. If you're too focused on chat, then you aren't doing a great game. But if you focus, then you lose chat.
It's hard to balance.
That's where I'm at. It's very difficult to balance. That's the thing. If you're playing a game like Apex, if you're playing, so for example, if you're playing Apex, you take a firefight, and you just take your finger, you press the W key after the fight's over, and you just read chat. This first monitor doesn't matter at all. It's the same thing for Rainbow Six Siege. You die, or you finish off the round, this screen doesn't exist. You don't need that screen anymore. It's all about chat. Valorant, you die, you finish off the round, it's a 1v5.
Right? Yeah.
That monitor with the game does not matter anymore. This goes across every single game. Unless you are speed running. That is the only time where you should be like 96% focused on your main monitor. If you're playing any card game and you don't spend time talking to
games
chat,
are easy.
You're a garbage streamer. Focus on the other monitor. If you're playing League of Legends, there's times where
running back to lane.
Yeah, you're running back to lane. You just die. It's like chat exists. My problem is most people I play with don't stream, so I get upset when I focus on chat, especially being a competitive Siege. That's difficult to be a competitive aspect. There's something that Shroud said that you can't be a great competitive player while you're streaming because you have to focus on chat too much, which I agree with to an extent.
People do better off stream for sure.
Yeah. I think that was pretty clear information.
Yeah, that was good.
If you guys are not in the Discord already, please feel free to join. It is a wonderful, beautiful, magical place. If you guys missed the beginning of this podcast, it just went beautifully today. My co-host is so fucking handsome and talented. He's just a fucking shitty mustache, but great guy.
I gotta show you.
I will be running my outro right away, just because it's dope. I want you guys to watch it, and then immediately after that, we'll be raiding Kyle. If you guys want to go support him,
playing some Valorant today.
If you want to leave it muted, shave it or grow it out. You don't want to see Kyle grow it out.
For sure.
For sure. There's more that we have to talk about off stream, Pon. Definitely whenever crossplay comes out, there's going to be a lot of co-streaming. It's something I talked about with Dome earlier too. If you guys know other streamers, start playing games with them. Your audience will mesh. Become closer with my audience, with my community. My community is seriously some of the nicest people I've ever met. They are so happy to support each other. They're lovely people. Go and call Kyle a boomer on stream, don't worry. At least his hair is deaf blonde. I gotta send you a picture of my mustache sometime soon, Dome. Or I'll just grow it out again. My girlfriend hates it, but I'll just grow it out again.
Mine's yeah.
Go ahead and do your sign off. I'll talk with stream for a minute longer, and then we'll push everyone over to you.
Thank you, everyone, for stopping in. I hope you would enjoyed our little podcast today. Started a little later than we expected, but fame does get to people's heads sometimes.
Fuck you.
But seriously, thank you guys. We appreciate it. And like Noble said, it will be up on YouTube shortly. So if you missed part of it, check it out. And I'm gonna go get started. So I'll see you all soon.